In this video we are going to talk about upcoming cars I'm excited for. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. Let's start. Number 20. A Formula 1 car. In 2022, not all of the most interesting cars will be road legal. After the most exciting season in Formula 1 history in 2021, 2022 will see a complete overhaul of the vehicle's aerodynamic performance. Downforce will be generated by ground effect once more, and the wings have been redesigned to create less turbulent dirty air, allowing the cars to follow each other closer and overtake more easily, even on shoddy tracks like Barcelona, Sochi, and Paul Ricard. Number 19. Renault Megane E-Tech. Renault will add a family hatchback crossover thingamajig to its electrified lineup in 2022, expanding it beyond the Zoe Super Mini. There will never be another petrol-powered Megane. It's all electric now, and it has what has to be the best Renault interior of all time. It's a lovely cabin. The surfaces are wrapped with soft trim, stitching, and textured wood. In addition, there are screens. Yes, of course. The VW ID tiddlers, not so much. Unlike the VW, which seems to believe that too much driving and energy data will distract and perplex you, the Renault puts everything out there so you don't have to hunt for it. Number 18. Polestar 3. Polestar's next car, the 3.0, is aimed squarely at the American market. So much so that the SUV will be manufactured in the United States and in China, admittedly. Although deliveries won't begin until early 2023, we'll be able to see and maybe drive the 3 this year, giving the upcoming all-electric Porsche Macan something to chew on. Number 17. Range Rover. The new 5th generation Range E is another old favorite that's promised to go totally battery-driven, but that won't happen for a few years. For the time being, straight 6 and V8 engines are the standard offerings, driving the rear wheels only the majority of the time and only switching to 4x4 when slip is detected to save fuel. The new RR's design is clean, sharp, and minimalist, and we can't wait to get it dirty in 22. Probably while getting a back massage. Number 16. Dacia Jogger. It's great news. Dacia has returned with a boxy, super practical piece of unpretentiousness. The Jogger is a low-riding SUV people transporter with more seating combinations than Wembley Stadium and a hybrid powertrain on the horizon. Consider it the spiritual successor to the Skoda Roomster, with a similarly ridiculous name. Number 15. Maserati Gran Turismo. In prior decades, a Maserati Gran Turismo had only one powerplant option, a large V8. The amount of noise your huge gorgeous Maser made depended largely on how hard you stomped on the throttle pedal. The exact amount was as difficult as conceivable, according to most London-based owners. Every day, Kensington echoes the scream of those operatic V8s. Number 14. Ineos Grenadier. Money where your mouth is. The moment has come for all the whiners who complained that the fantastic new Land Rover Defender was too luxurious, complex, and pricey. In 2022, you'll be able to buy an Ineos Grenadier, which is said to pick up where the old Defender left off in terms of rugged capability, but with BMW power under the hood. Number 13. Gordon Murray Automotive T50. Gordon Murray Automotive is gearing up for a successful year in 2022. Not only will the firm start construction on a new headquarters, but delivery of the 12,100 RPM tri-seat T50 are set to begin in the spring for 100 lucky clients who want lightweight and driver-focused vehicles. Number 12. Honda Civic Type R. The successor to the world's best hot hatch doesn't appear to tinker with the formula too much. The Civic Type R prototypes spotted testing thus far have a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine, a manual transmission, and a lot of aero. The ugliness has changed. Honda appears to have realized that the hot Civic doesn't need to be sculpted by 18 different designers who have never met or seen each other's work. Number 11. Hummer EV. This isn't anything you'd make up. Hummer, the military-inspired SUV-aholic brand that rose to prominence in the early 2000s and made a mess of trying to sell monstrous Tonka Truck 4X4S to a gullibly patriotic populace, is back as a completely electric effort. What a difference a generation makes. Except, before Tesla rips its finger out and puts the angular pickup into production, this thing will strive to out-Cybertruck the Cybertruck. Number 10. Ferrari Pumasang. The number 22 has arrived. The Ferrari SUV has arrived. The thoroughbred arrives in a world that is becoming more eco-conscious by the week, but still craves SUVs. So it'll almost certainly be a conversation starter, even before we see how it looks or learn what's powering it. Although hybridization seems nearly probable, even Maranello aficionados are likely to forgive anything with a V12 under the hood. Number 9. Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Also expected in 2021 is the next chapter of extreme road-going Porsches, aka the one with the really big wing. The 992 RS is rumored to have a massive swan neck spoiler, as well as a slew of other innovative weight-saving techniques, similar to the previous 991 Gen car shown. How much more ridiculous can the Aero get? Number 8. Mercedes EQE. Mercedes has zapped the EQS Luxo barge with its shrink ray gun, and is ready to serve up the EQE everywhere on Planet Electric Saloon. The highlights include a stated range of up to 412 miles, a 670 brake horsepower AMG variant, and yes, the massive hyperscreen may be specified inside. Number 7. Hyundai Ioniq 6. Isn't Hyundai having a great year right now? The i30N and i20N are fantastic to drive. The Kona N is utterly insane. The Ioniq 5 is a stunningly designed and executed electric vehicle, and even the Tucson crossover is more attractive than any current BMW. It's also really comfortable. As a result, the new Ioniq 6 saloon should be a decent piece of machinery. It's an all-electric saloon with a pebble-smooth design based on the Prophecy concept and the Ioniq 5 hatchback's underpinnings. Number 6. Volkswagen ID Buzz. Yes, a van is one of our most anticipated vehicles for 2020. However, have a look at it. Finally, VW is releasing the retro-styled one-box people mover we've been waiting for. The totally electric ID Buzz and ID Buzz Cargo will provide seating for the entire family or a large tub of fresh air, with a fully habitable camper van version planned to follow. The batteries will have a capacity of up to 111 kilowatt-hours, with a reported range of around 350 miles. Number 5. Toyota GR86. In 2022, the replacement to the Toyota GT86 will finally be available in the United Kingdom. The slight nomenclature change reflects the fact that this car was built by Toyota's Gazoo Racing division, the same guys who brought you the fantastic GR Yaris, rather than Subaru, as the previous iteration was. The formula is familiar, but a boost in power and torque means Toyota's inexpensive RWD Hero should be able to extract even more grins from its chassis. We've previously tried a prototype, and this thing is poised to become another TG Hero. Number 4. Ferrari 296 GTB. At the moment, new Ferraris are arriving in droves. We'll keep the more contentious one for later in this report and focus on the plug-in hybrid 296 for now. Ferrari's traditional mid-engine Berlinetta is shrinking to V6 power, but with electro boost, the result is a spectacular 819 brake horsepower. It's also a little lovely, at least in our opinion. Which would you prefer, this or a McLaren Artura? Number 3. Citroen C5X. This year, a fast one isn't the only exciting car on the way. Look, the large, comfortable Citroens are back. The C5X is the only crossover that Top Gear is concerned about in 2022. Citroen's new flagship is a type of high-riding estate with plug-in hybrid power and seats that are reported to be as bouncy as a nice mattress, rather than going vintage to revive the likes of the DS or the SM. Number 2. BMW M3 Touring. BMW will, at long last, produce an M3 with a large boot. And, like the trolls that they are, BMW has only done it with the most divisive M3 generation ever. Those grills, those grills, those grills, those grill the automatic transmission. The Touring will most likely be xDrive AWD exclusively in the UK, and with the larger tail end, it will be dangerously near to the wrong side of 2 tons. Number 1. Lotus Emira and Evija. This year sees the unveiling of the final petrol-powered Lotus. And it promises to send pistons out with a bang. The Emira is a supercar clone priced like a sports car, and it's off to a flying start by being far more attractive than Porsche's aging Cayman. Then there's the powertrain options, which include a supercharged V6 manual and an AMG spec 4-cylinder turbo. Lotus is on track for a record-breaking year in 2022, thanks to the delivery of the Evija electric hypercar and work on the company's first push into crossover SUVs. Which car excited you the most? Let us know in the comment box below. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Thank you.